So ninth chapter basically is about Rajavidya Rajavyam, that is the king of knowledge and king of secrets. So Krishna is explaining this most important confidential knowledge to Arjuna through this chapter. Okay, so the ninth chapter basically deals about the essence of bhakti. Okay, since it's the middle chapter of all the 18 chapters, and the ninth chapter, 34th slokas, Krishna says the secret. Okay, how we can attain him. He says, Manmana bhava mat bhakto matyajimam namaskuru. Mame vaishisi yukteva matmana matparayana. He repeats the same sloka in the chapter 18 also, saying that it's very important to remember Krishna. Manmana. Manmana bhava mat bhakta matyajimam namaskuru. So, very, very important slokas where Krishna says this is the secret to attain Krishna. Okay, how we can attain Krishna, that is through remembering Krishna always. Okay, whenever we're doing our work, everything, we can remember Krishna. So there, yeah. So in the 15th sloka, it's about the indirect worshippers are mentioned. Okay, like actually those who worship Krishna can go back to Krishna. But there are some indirect worshippers who worship Krishna, but they don't know that they are worshipping Krishna. Indirect it is. Okay. They are worship Krishna indirectly without knowing that it is only to Krishna they are worshipping. So that's what 9 chapter 15 sloka says. Jnana yajnena chapyanye yachanto mam upasate ekatvena pragritvena bahuda vishvato mukham. Others who engage in the sacrifice by cultivation of knowledge worship the Supreme Lord as the one without a second, as diverse in many and in the universal form. So they worship Krishna in the universal form. Okay. And Prabhupada says Krishna worshippers are Mahatmas. Some Mahatmas Sudurlabha, or we say the 4 kinds of Sukritis who worship Krishna. Okay. Artho Arthartho Jnani Jitnyasu. So the distressed, somebody who want financial money, gain from the Lord, and those who want knowledge. They also are Sukritis. But more than that, that is neophyte worship, Kanishta Adhikaris. But still there are somebody who worship Krishna indirectly. That is Ekatvena. Worship Krishna as one who without a second. That's the Supreme Self. Ekatvena considered God worship, although they worship themselves as one. Okay, what is this Ekatvena also called as? They worship themselves as God. Ekatvena.
Mayavadi.
Yeah, Mayavadism. Okay. So Mayavadism, what do they say? Or Advaita philosophy also you can say that I am God, you are God, we are all God. So that is the concept they have. And Prithaktvena. Prithaktvena means he concocts some form of the Supreme Lord and worship that. That is, they include demigod worshippers also. So demigod worshippers also indirectly worshipping Krishna. Why? Why do we say that?
Because Krishna only sanctions everything.
Yes.
Ultimately.
Yeah. So ultimately the boss is Krishna, and whatever the demigod worshippers want from the demigods, that's not just God. They have been sanctioned by Krishna. Okay. Krishna sanctions and they get it. Okay. So indirectly they are worshipping Krishna. And demigods are part and parcel of Krishna, agents of Krishna. So definitely. And there is something called Vishwatomuka. He accepts the universal form of Vishwarupa as the supreme. But why is Vishwarupa not the ultimate? Why do we say Vishwarupa is not the ultimate? Yes.
It is also Arjuna didn't enjoy that form.
Okay, that means
Rasa is not there.
Huh?
That rasa is not there.
The rasas. So with the Vishwarupa, you can't have Satyaras. We can't have Valsalya or Madhurya as Vishwarupa. The rasas or the mellow of exchange. Yeah, and it's not the direct form of the Lord. Yes. So the ultimate form is Brahmedi, Paramatmedi, Bhagavanedi Shakti. And in the Vishwarup chapter also, Krishna himself says, this is not my eternal form. He doesn't exist in Goloka in the universal form. He exists as Shyam Sundar form. So that's not the highest. Okay. So these are the 3 types of people. One, they worship Krishna as the supreme. Okay. And the second is, but they think that they are God. Second is, they worship demigods. Third is, they worship the Vishwarupa. So these 3 are also worshipping Krishna indirectly. Aham kritur aham yajna swadhana swadaham aham aushadam mandro aham eva jnam aham agnir aham hutam. So Krishna now says he is the ritual, he is the sacrifice, the offering to the ancestors, the healing herb, the transcendental chant, and I am butter and the fire and the offering. And mantro aham. Mantro aham means the Mahamantra which we chant is also the Lord himself. Kalikale Namarupe Krishna Avatar. So he is not different from the mantra because Krishna says, no, Yajnanam Japa Yajñosmi. Out of all the Yajna, he is the Japa Yajna. So 16 to 19 talks about worshipping Krishna in his universal form of Vishwarupa. But then Krishna has already explained the results that is gained by Ekatvena worship. And the next 4 verses, he will explain how to recognize and worship Krishna in the universal form. Now he says about his different energies. Now Krishna says, seeing Krishna, that here it says, he is the sacrifice, he is the herb, he is the transcendental chant. Like Krishna says that all this is his energy. Seeing Lord Krishna as superior, okay, among the above the demigods, okay, will lead one to worship Krishna directly. Since Krishna is both matter and spirit, the gigantic universal form comprising all the material manifestations is also Krishna. And his Vrindavan pastime, the 200 Shyam Sundar form playing on the flute, that is also the Lord. But the thing is, the 200 form is eternally existing. Golokeva Nivishati Akilatma Bhuta. So Krishna has various elements that he becomes the rituals, he is the sacrifice, he is oblation to the ancestors, he is a healing herb, he is a transcendental chant, he is the key, the fire, the act of offering. Everything is the Krishna's energy, okay? These are all Krishna's energy, different energies. Pitaham asya jagato mata data pitamaha vedyam pavitram omkara riksama yajarevacha. So Pitaham, Mata, Data, Pitamaha, all this is Krishna. Krishna is our father, Krishna is our mother, is also our grandsire and the supporter. He's the father of the universe, the mother, the support and the grandsire. He's also the object of knowledge and the purifying, the syllable Om. Wait, what is that? Rasoham apsukam deya prapas meshashi suryo pranava sarva vedeshu. Krishna says that pranava, that is the Om. Omkara is Krishna, Om. And also he's the Rik, Sama and Nature Vedas. So why are we studying all the Vedas? Just know Krishna. Vedeshi sarve rahame Veda. So whatever is existing in the material world, they are all different energies of Krishna. We create different relationship with different living entities who are nothing but Krishna's marginal energy. Okay. So Krishna acts as our father, mother, supporter, and grandsire. All these relationship in the material world is actually part and parcel of Krishna, which implies they're all Krishnas. And he's the creator and supporter. Krishna says, no, Aham Bija Pradapita. He's a seed-giving father. Okay. And he's also Omkara, the transcendental sound vibration in all Vedic mantras is also Krishna. So because all these hymns have Omkara, therefore it is all Krishna. Okay. So in reciting any mantra, if there is Om before, that means they are addressing the Supreme Lord Krishna. Gatir Bharta Prabhu Sakshi Nivasa Sharanam Sukrit Prabhava Pralayasthanam Nidhanam Bijam Avayam. Krishna says he is the goal, sustainer, master, witness, the abode, the refuge, and the most dear friend. He is the creation, the annihilator, the basis of everything, the resting place, and the eternal seed. So he's a seed-giving father, or the ultimate goal. What is it? Vasudeva Param Gati. Bhagavatam says Vasudeva Param Gati means Vasudeva is the Param Gati or the supreme goal for us to go back to Krishna. All the people don't know it. Many make their destination put to different demigods, but they perform different rituals. But all such demigod planets is being created by Krishna. They are simultaneously Krishna and not Krishna. So that means they are Krishna, they are not Krishna in the sense Krishna is aloof from all that. Okay. These are all Krishna's energy. Okay. But they serve only a step forward for realizing Krishna. So going to demigods is actually one step to Bhakti Yoga only. Why? Because the demigod worshippers finally, they'll reach Krishna consciousness, at least in one life, any of the lives. To approach different energies of Krishna is an indirect approach. Krishna himself says, no, klesho adhikatarastesham avyakta sakta chedasa. It's very difficult, the troublesome path. Why do we go indirectly? The analogy is elevator versus staircase. What is the analogy there? The elevator and the staircase, which is compared what? Yes. Any difference between the elevator and the staircase? Which is compared to what? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, I'm not sure. Anyone else?
Yes. You
I'm
tell
not
me.
sure, Mataji, but
Ashwini Mataji.
it's reaching Krishna is faster in elevator
Yes.
than stairs or something like that.
Yeah, correct. So reaching Krishna is like an elevator, no? Elevator. Going to Krishna is like an elevator. That staircase is compared to the demigods.
Demigods.
Also, you can say Bhakti Yoga is like the elevator, and Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga is all like the staircase. So elevator means what? Just very easy. You save your energy and time. Here, elevator compares to worshipping Krishna or Bhakti Yoga. Why is it like elevator? Because in one life you can go back to Godhead. If you're really serious in approach, we can go back. So that is like an elevator. Or just by pressing one switch of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, we can go back to Godhead. But staircase is like doing all the rituals and all the sacrifices and everything, and worshipping the demigods, or going through Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga. It's like a staircase, lot of energy and time. In the sense, lot of janmas have gone, and you won't get the reach destination. Why do we prefer elevator? Because one is save energy and time, and you can reach quicker, faster, no, to your destination. And the staircase means in between we can become tired, on the sense your lifespan would have over, and the next life starts, and again you can't climb from where you stopped. You have to again come from down. But elevator, even though there is a power cut and you just get stuck somewhere between the floors, still when the power comes, you can start from where the elevator doesn't go to the ground floor and again start. No, from where it says it starts. So Bhakti Yoga is like that. From where you stopped, you start from next life. So there's a lot of analogy between Bhakti Yoga and other yoga system, the elevator and the staircase. So Krishna is sustainer. He sustains through his energy, and he's a master, the supreme ruler, and everything belongs to Krishna. Ishava Semidam Sarva. And he's in everyone's heart as Paramatma, the witness, and he is our residence, or he's in his abode. And the ultimate goal is to take shelter of Krishna in any distress which we have, because he's a cause of our generation and the supreme father. Pitamaha Krishna is called because he's the father of Pitamaha Brahma. So for Krishna, there is no distinction between matter and spirit. Tapami aham varsham nigrinami usrijami cha amritam chaiva mrityuscha satasachaham Arjuna. O Arjuna, I give heat, I withhold, and send forth the rain. I'm immortality, and I'm also the death personified. Both spirit and matter are in me. So heat, light are all Krishna's energy. And immortality is also Krishna's. He sustains us and prolongs the duration of life. He's both matter and spirit are Krishna's energy. So by analyzing these different energies of Krishna, we can ascertain that Krishna has no distinction between matter and spirit. He is both matter and spirit. In the advanced stage of Krishna consciousness, one therefore makes no distinction. He sees only Krishna everything. Like Ramananda Rai. When Ramananda Rai saw Mahaprabhu as Radha and Krishna, and Ramananda Rai is like, why am I seeing Radha and Krishna? I'm not seeing the sannyasi form of yours. So Mahaprabhu is Sri Krishna Chaitanya Radha Krishna Nahi Anya. He is Radha and Krishna himself. But in order to cover it, he says, that's because Ramananda Rai, you are Vishaka Satya, you are Arjuna, and because of your pure devotion, you are seeing Krishna. But actually, it's like me, sannyasi, standing here. But that's just that is Mahaprabhu not revealing this identity. Okay, he doesn't reveal the identity because Mahaprabhu is Krishna himself, but he comes in a devotee form. Okay, somehow some 5-6 slokas are missing. So in this, I'll take the most important sloka, which is 9.22. Okay, it says, Ananyas chintayanto mam yejano parivapasitam tesha nityamiktanam yogakshemam vahamyaham. So you would have seen this, no? Yogakshemam vahamyaham. Where did you come across this except Gita? Insurance. So for insurance, they say that Yogakshema, they take care of what we have, and also they provide what we don't have. So this is actually taken from this part of Bhagavad Gita where Krishna says, Yoga Kshema Vahamya Aham. Aham means he. Krishna will take care of us. So but what is the condition? Ananyas Chintayanto Mam. Always worship Krishna with exclusive devotion and meditating on transcendental form of Krishna. To them, Krishna carry what they lack and preserve what they have. So it's actually basically for pure devotees, but for all devotees, Krishna take care. Krishna is the Eko Bahunam Yovidadikaman. He's the only maintainer for everyone. We think that, oh, we have been maintained by the salary we have or the ancestral property we have or whatever, but it's all provided by Krishna indirectly. It's directly, but we see it indirectly. So Krishna says, who worship Krishna 24 hours, Krishna basically takes care of all their needs. And this is a very hope-giving sloka for many karmis and all that. Yogakshema Mahamaya, Krishna takes care. But Krishna puts a condition there. Ananyas Chindayandamam. They don't know that. They think that, oh, why Krishna is not providing me? How we approach Krishna, Krishna reciprocate the same way. So a pure devotee, completely dependent. Anybody knows the story of Arjunacharya or Gita Panda?
Yes, Mataji.
Related to this?
Arjuna Acharya.
Yeah, you can tell that story, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Arjunacharya was a person who read the thing, Gita, and he found I. So he thought, why God should do everything? So he cut it in red red pen, he cut it, and he went out for his work. And then suddenly two young boys came to Arjunacharya's house and provided all good gold jewelry, whatever, uh, material things, whatever, money and everything, to the wife, and told Arjunacharya has forwarded this. So wife told, okay, he must be coming now home. Why don't you sit and have, let's have food together. He must be on his way back only. They told, no, no, we are scared. Then the wife asked, why? What happened? He told, see, the marks they showed on their body. So there were red marks, 3 marks on their body, both the children's body. So when Arjunacharya came home, the wife scolded and told, now you've started hitting the children also. Arjunacharya did not understand. He told, please narrate what happened. So wife told, so and so happened. And Arjunacharya asked, how did they look like? Then he realized that, oh, this was the Lord who came to me. The lines he made on the book were the lines on their back. So it was Krishna and Balram who came. That's it. Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Yeah, so that means Krishna is personally coming and helping the devotee who have actually, even without faith, they just strike that line, Yogakshema Mahamyam. In some place it says it's on the face, some say it's in the back, some says it's on the there is similar story of Gita Panda, who actually reads Gita every day, and the same thing happened with a knife. He started cutting that Yogakshema Mahamyam, and Jagannath's tongue got cut because of that. But then he came to the house and supplied all the food for them. And finally they realized, actually his wife cut, but then the husband is a pure devotee. So Krishna maintains, Krishna gives what they want, and also he preserves what they have. So this is for pure devotees, where Krishna, who has been totally surrendered. Now Krishna takes care of everything. And also in the next sloka, Krishna says, Yachante aviti purvakam. Those who worship demigods are worshipping Krishna indirectly and aviti purvakam. Ye api anya devata bhakta yajante shraddhayanvita te api mam eva kaunte yajanti aviti purvakam. Aviti purvakam, they are worshipping in a wrong way, in the sense they are not worshipping directly Krishna. Those who are devotees of God, of other demigods, who worship them with faith, actually worship Krishna. They do so in a wrong way, Krishna says. So Krishna himself says this. This is about the demigod worshipper. So we basically both stress this point, saying that it's wrong. Wrong in the sense, wrong to ask material comforts from demigods. Like watering the root of the tree has been mentioned by Srila Prabhupada in the purport, and also putting food to the stomach. So we are directly worshipping Krishna. That means we are actually fulfilling all other criteria of demigod worship. So we don't have to personally do that. So in the 26th sloka, very important sloka, this is about glories of devotional service to Krishna. Krishna Bhakti has been completely explained. Very you can memorize this sloka also. Patram pushpam phalam toyam yo me bhaktya prayachati tadaham bhakti upahritam asnami prayatatmanaha. So somebody who offers Krishna with love and devotion, a leaf, a flower, fruit, and water, Krishna says he accepted. Asnami. Okay, that's a word. If you say, to see word to word translation, Prabhupada says, Asnami means accept. Okay. Aham means I. Okay, so I accept. So Krishna says that personally, that somebody who with love and devotion, but okay, should offer this any leaf, flower, fruit or water, Krishna will accept it. It's because Krishna is Bhavagrahi Janardana. He's not actually accepting our offering what we give. He's actually seeing with what love we are giving. We might be like Duryodhan gave a feast to Krishna, but Krishna didn't go there. Where did Krishna go instead? Which house?
Vidura.
Vidura's house. And what did Vidura's wife give him?
Banana skin.
Yeah. Anyone know her name? Vidura's wife's name was Devika. So she gave peel of banana peel to Krishna without knowing, like she was in ecstasy, but Krishna ate that. So that is what then? That is pure devotion, what they did. But then there's a simplicity. Okay, with what the Duryodhana actually was ready to give a feast, and Krishna didn't even bother to go there. So it's not with what we give, it's with what intention we give. And also sometimes if you see Pudana, Krishna says when Putana gave poison in the breast milk, Krishna just took that milk and didn't bother about the poison. Okay, so there was Putana's intention correct? What was Putana's intention was wrong. Putana wanted to kill Krishna, but Krishna didn't see the intention. Krishna saw the action that she gave the milk. So it's like I'm giving her the position of mother. Okay, in second incident, what happened? Indra. Okay, so Indra did something, and then what happened? Okay, not before that, before Indra. So Kubja. Kubja gave what to Krishna?
Chandan.
The Chandan paste. Okay, so when Kubja was giving her intention was to please Krishna, and so intention was also correct, action was also correct. What about Indra? Indra did that Govardhan puja, that Leela, where Indra caused lot of rain and havoc in Vrindavan. So what's his intention and action correct?
Indra making every like gopis and gopas near to him, so that's why I have forgiven him.
So their intention and action was wrong, but still Krishna accepted it because it is said, yes, one is, as Mother said, all gopas and gopis were with Krishna 24 hours. The second is Indra apologized after that. So Krishna saw that. So Krishna is very merciful that he doesn't, sometimes see the intention, sometimes see your action, sometimes he's just see with what power we will do that. Okay, so here Bhakti is easy and is universal for a pure devotee, and even the poorest of poor can serve Krishna because water is available in every house. Okay, so here the simplicity of Bhakti is compared. Krishna wants only loving service and nothing else. Even a little flower or water, fruit, and leaf from a pure devotee will do. No offering is accepted, however big may be, from a non-devotee, because the Lord is self-sufficient and is not in need of anything. So Bhakti is mentioned twice in this sloka. Patram pushpam phalam toyam yome bhaktya prechati tataha bhakti upahritam asnami. So 2 times, because it's giving the importance of bhakti to declare emphatically that bhakti is the only means to approach Krishna. No other condition, being Brahmana, rich man, scholarship doesn't matter. And none of these conditions is included for Lord to accept any offering. And bhakti is never kaushal. That is, it's an eternal process. It's a direct action in service to the absolute Krishna. So, Prabhupada writes there that Krishna, in the purport, Prabhupada writes, Krishna wants patram pushpam phalam toyam incense. He wants vegetables, grains, fruits, milk, and water. Not meat, fish, eggs, which should not be offered to Krishna. And it's not mentioned also, and Krishna don't want it. So we have to avoid such offerings. And also, whatever else we eat cannot be offered to Krishna, since he will not accept it, and it should be with love and devotion. So why should we offer? Krishna explains that only the remains of sacrifice are purified. So after offering, it becomes karma free. The material entanglement will be lost. Okay. So those who do not make an offering, Krishna says, we eat sin. So we should not do that. So we should try to offer to the Lord. And there should be a proper attitude while offering the presentations and everything. It's not for our sense gratification. We should think that it's for the Lord. Okay. So a devotee's understanding is that Krishna has senses. His senses are interchangeable. Anganiyasya sagalendriya vrittimanti. And lacking senses would means Krishna is not full in all opulence. So Krishna has all senses. He can just glance at your offering and accept it. Okay. So Lord impregnates the living entity into the material nature by his glance. By his glance, he do creation also. So Krishna just glanced at the devotees when they drank the poison in when Kaliya came. And they all woke up after that, just by glance. So Krishna's hearing the devotees' words of love in offering footsteps is wholly identical with his eating and actually tasting it. So only a devotee who accepts Krishna as he describes in Bhagavad Gita without interpretation can understand Krishna and can then truth and can eat food and enjoy the means prasadam. Now Krishna said Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam. Now why are we offering the other things? Because the next sloka says Yat karoshi yat asnasi yat juhoshi tadasyat yat tapasyasya kaundeya tatkuru shamadarpanam. Whatever we do, whatever we eat, whatever we offer, whatever we give in charity, whatever austerity we do, we should do as an offering to Krishna. Okay, so we can even offer fruits of what we are already doing. That means Nishkama Karma Yoga. Whatever we are doing, we can just mentally offer to the Lord. So here Krishna has saying about a process of pure devotion, Ananya Bhakti, that for those who are not able to do Bhakti at that level, Krishna now prescribes doing everything as an offering to Krishna. Prabhupada says it's duty of everyone to mold their life in such a way that we do not forget Krishna in any circumstances. So whatever we do, we just say, sometimes they say Om Tat Sat, sometimes they say Sarvam Krishna Arpanamasti. So yat karoshi, yat asnasi, yat jihoshi tadasiyat, yat tapasyasya kaundeya tat kurusha mad arpanam. Mad means me. So mad, unto me, Krishna says mad arpanam. So we have to offer to Krishna, not to anyone else. So doing everything as an offering to Krishna. So that means we should eat Krishna prasadam, we should do archana to Krishna. And Krishna says, give it to me. That means we have to give to Krishna, not to anyone else. So nowadays, people are very much inclined in meditational process, which is not practical in this age. But if anyone practices meditating on Krishna 24 hours a day by chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra rounds in his feet, is surely the greatest meditator and the greatest yogi. Because in the 6th chapter also Krishna says, no, yoginam api sarvesham attadhenandaratmana shraddhavan bhajadeyo man sabe yuktata madaha bhajada, means to do bhakti. Okay, so what is the result of our offering to Krishna? Shubha Shubha Phaler Evam Mokshase Karma Bandhana Sannyasa Yoga Yuktatma Vimukto Mam Upaishyasi. In this way, you will be freed from the bondage to work and its auspicious and inauspicious results. With your mind fixed on me, on this principle of renunciation, you will be liberated. Go back to Krishna says. So when we do this, we can go back to Krishna. Okay. So in the kids class also, we say that offer these 4 things. So all of you make sure that every day, except that they say that on Dwadashi, you should not pluck Tulsi, but we have said in Ekadashi also, we don't pluck. The other days, we can pluck Tulsi and offer to Krishna. So that is Patram. Then Pushpam, any flowers. Initially, before we see some flower, and then it say, Prabhupada says, sometimes we use it for our hair or for sense gratification, putting in flowers in the house. But then first you offer to Krishna and then use it. Okay, so whichever flower we take from any plant, that plant can become human next life. So we are actually indirectly serving, doing some Ajnada Sukriti for that particular plant. And you won't believe, like there's some plants may not give much flowers, but the moment you start offering those flowers to Krishna, the plant gives more and more flowers. I have seen it personally. It's like so surprised. Why? Because till then it's been a few flowers, but then once you start offering to Krishna, it just gives, because they are so happy that they are serving the Lord indirectly through us. So every flower blooms to be at the lotus feet of Krishna. Every tulsi is just waiting Govinda Charana Kriya, because she always likes to be on the lotus feet of Krishna. When the gopis, when Krishna disappeared from Rasalila, and they started searching everywhere. They asked everyone, including the trees. Nobody answered. Finally, they went to Tulsi Maharani and said, Kachit Tulasi Kalyani Govinda Charana Priye. Oh Tulsi, you are very, very dear to Krishna because you are always on the lotus feet of Krishna. And you cannot say that you don't know where Krishna is. Why? Because wherever Krishna goes, you are there. On his lotus feet, Tulsi is always there. So the gopis are like, we know where we know that you know that where is Krishna. Please tell us where he is, because you are always attached to his lotus feet. So you have Tulsi stuck it to Krishna's picture or the lotus feet of the Lord. It's very, very powerful. So that patram, pushpam, phalam, any fruit, dry fruits are available, and any fruit you have, even if you can't cut it, just keep the whole thing washing and keep on top of that, keep a tulsi and offer to Krishna, some water. So it's these 4 things can be offered to Krishna every day. When people say we cannot offer to without onion garlic at home and a lot of other issues, can't take prasadam. But this is also prasadam. This water that's offered to Krishna with tulsi can be taken as prasadam. The fruits, some way or the other, see that every day you have prasadam. The fruits can be distributed also to others. They also get Krishna prasadam. So, result of offering every action to Krishna. So, when we offer everything to Krishna, what happens? Shubha Ashubha Phaler Evam. We'll become freed from the bondage of work and auspicious and inauspicious results. So, we become free from the bondage of work. That means we become karma free. And we become liberated and we can go back to Krishna. And Yukta Vairagya, you reach that platform. That means using everything in Krishna's service. Till Rupa Goswami says, Anasaktasya Vishaya Yatarham Upayunjata Nirbande Krishna Sambande Yukta Vairagya Puchate. That means when you see everything in relation to Krishna, you know that is Yukta Vairagya. Means using everything in Krishna's service. Okay, this is called Nirbande Krishna Sambande. Seeing everything as Krishna's property and using it in Krishna's service. So when one is situated in such renunciation, then what happens? Cleansing process starts. That we can start seeing the clear mirror of the mind. Gradual process for self-realization happened. We start realizing Krishna and start surrendering to the Lord, and then become liberated. Krishna says, once come to me. That means we can go back to the Lord. So the real sannyasi, anyone who has no interest but to dedicate everything, his life to the service of the Lord, that is real sannyasi. And such a person always think of himself as an eternal servant of the Lord. Jivera Sarubhoi Krishnera Nityadas. And such person is Nishkama. He doesn't have any other desire except to serve the Lord and dedicate his life for service of the Lord. And also he has the servitude, that is always think he is the eternal servant of the Lord, and he depends on the supreme will of the Lord. Okay. So one cannot understand the plan and activity of a pure devotee. Okay, that is Vaishnavera Vakya Kriya Mudra, we cannot understand. Vairagya actually means detachment, Vairagya, Yukta Vairagya, and Falgu Vairagya. So Vairagya means detachment, like detached from material things. But in 2 ways are there. One is Yukta Vairagya. Yukta Vairagya means detaching from material things, but attaching to Krishna. All the things can be used in Krishna service. This is Yukta Vairagya. That's the definition given there. Okay, using everything in Krishna service. Falgu Vairagya means a false kind of renunciation, like a Markada renunciation. That is, inside you have a lot of desires, but externally we show that we are desireless, like that, something like that. So Vairagya is basically detachment. Jnana Vairagya. So Vasudeve Bhagavati Bhakti Yoga Prajadiha Janadu Asu Vairagyam Jnanam Chayat Ahetukam. That Vairagya Bhagavatam says is detachment. Detachment from material things. Okay. Attaching to Krishna. So a pure devotee always engage in service of the Lord, always think of the Lord and plan how to serve the Lord, is to be considered completely liberated at present, and in the future his going back to Godhead is guaranteed. Always think planning how to serve, like Srila Prabhupada, no, always planning what can we do next, what can we do just to serve the Lord. Definitely going back to Godhead is guaranteed, and he's above all materialistic criticism, just as Krishna is above all criticism. So Krishna is equal to all. The 29th sloka, very important sloka. Krishna says, Samoham sarva bhuteshu name dveshenasti na priya ye bhajanti gomam bhaktya mai teteshu chapya. So Krishna says he envy no one and he's not partial to anyone. He's equal to all, and whoever renders service to Krishna in devotion is a friend. He is also a friend of Krishna. That person, Krishna is also his friend. So sometimes it is misunderstood why Krishna is partial. Krishna is partial to his devotees. That is the second condition Krishna gives. First is Krishna doesn't envy anyone. It's not like Shishupal envied Krishna, and because of that Krishna envied Shishupal. No, that's not the thing. Even for Shishupal, he's Jaya Vijaya, but he went back to the Lord. That is his mercy which Krishna gave. And he is not envious of anyone, or he is not partial to anyone. But Krishna put one condition: ye bhajantu tu mam bhaktya, those who are devotees, Krishna gives special care. But that is natural, Prabhupada says. This is not discrimination, but natural. Like naturally a person likes a child. Any man in the material world will be charitably disposed, but special interest on his own children. You hear a school van accident happened and your child is in that van. So all the kids are admitted to the hospital. You first run and go to whom? To your own son or daughter, no? Instead of your neighbors or friends, daughters or children. That is natural. Natural affection. You can't say you are being partial to, you're not your brother's son or sister's son, whoever is there. You cannot say that, oh, you're partial to your own son and not to them. No, that is natural, Prabhupada says. And so similarly, bhaktas or devotees are always crying out to the Lord, always chanting his holy name. So Krishna naturally gets inclined to them because they are calling to him. Krishna is equal to everyone, but those who are specially calling him, that is devotees, Krishna says he takes care of them because we are all his children. Is therefore Krishna supplies everyone with general supply of necessities, but as clouds, no? Cloud pour rain everywhere, in land or water, everywhere. But who takes maximum advantage is the fertilized land. Similarly, devotees take special advantage of Krishna's special mercy. So everybody is Krishna's children, but devotees are specially protected or taken care of the Lord, because Krishna says, how we surrender to Krishna, Krishna proportionally take care of them. It's not like the atheists or the demons are not cared by the Lord. They are also cared. They are also being supplied. But special care is given to devotees. This is not partiality. This is natural affections, Krishna says. Like you have two kids. One is very small and totally dependent on you for everything. Cannot do anything alone. 1 or 2 years, 3 years. But the other one is like 10th standard or 12th standard. So it's independent. So he can take care. So you give special attention to the smaller one or take care of the smaller one so much, always being with the smaller one. Does that mean you don't like the elder one? No. The elder one is also your child. The younger one is also your child. But since the younger one is totally dependent on you, you know that you need to give that special attention. That doesn't mean you don't like the first child. No, the first is also your child. But the dependence, no, since the devotee is totally dependent on Krishna, Krishna reciprocates. That's not partiality. You can't call that partiality. Okay. So sometimes Krishna is misunderstood in that way. They say that Krishna is partial to his devotees. In fact, devotees suffer more. Sometimes it is seen. Why is that? If you say Krishna is especially inclined to his devotees, but devotees suffer more, no? Sometimes. Take Pandavas. See the Pandavas, what all they suffered. Who suffered like Prahalad? Who suffered like Kunti Maharani and Devaki and Vasudeva? They're all devotees of Krishna. They suffered so much. You take Bhagavatam, throughout Bhagavatam, it's all sufferings of Parikshit Maharaj, Kunti Maharani, and Bhishma Dev. Everyone suffered. Prahlad, how much Prahlad suffered. They're all great devotees, no? So if Krishna says he's not partial, he's specially taken care of his devotees, but why is devotees suffering more than non-devotees, in fact? Yes? Who can answer this? Yes, Achintya Avatar Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. So, actually, so that devotees can always remember the Lord. That
Very
is
good.
the reason. And
Yes.
and in that way, Krishna glorifies the devotee, like in every
Yeah.
situation.
Krishna likes to
they can
glorify his
remember.
devotees. Yes.
Yes, Mataji.
Krishna teaches the world through his devotees, and Krishna wants to show how great his devotees are. In fact, that sufferings which Prahlad Maharaj had undergone, it's not a suffering only for him. It externally looks like suffering. Tattena kambam susamikshamanam bunjana evatma kritam viha. The devotees know it's all because of my karma I'm suffering. In fact, Krishna is speeding the process of liberation, which you are supposed to suffer for 100 lives. Krishna will give it in one life and one shot and try to take you back to Godhead. So that is one thing. Second is, as Prabhu said, he likes to glorify the devotees, to show that, see, Vishan Mahagni, Purushada Darshana, what all the Pandavas suffered, Vishan, Bhima was given poison, Purushada Darshana, their man-eaters came to eat them. Then Asad Sapaya Vanavasa Grichadi. Draupadi was disrobed in the assembly. Vanavasa, they went for exile in the forest. So Arjuna had to face so much of arrows in the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Drauni Astratashyasma. Drauni, that is Ashwatthama's Brahmastra, wanted to kill Parikshit Maharaj. So much they suffered. And then Hari Abhirakshito, Krishna went and protected them. This is one way to show how great his devotees are. Yeah. By testing them, yeah, he's actually showing us by example how by all this test, how a devotee reacts at that time and respond. So in fact, this is Krishna's special mercy that devotee is suffering. So that as Prabhu said, it is to make us remember Krishna. Okay, more and more intensely getting attached to Krishna. The more and more devotee suffers, the more actually he become closer to Krishna, in the sense he understands his real position. And suffering is also a blessing to a devotee. Why are we suffering? It's all because of our bad karma. In fact, Krishna decreases our suffering. If we are supposed to suffer so much, Krishna makes it very less for us. For the amount of sinful reactions or sin we have done in our previous lives, we are supposed to suffer more. But Krishna makes it less for us. That is special mercy of Krishna. So devotees at that time see it as special mercy of Krishna, become more closer to Krishna. And if when we do that, what happens? Patiently doing that, you become the right candidate to go back to Godhead. Jive re mukti pade sadayapak. You become Dayapak, or the eligible candidate to go back to Godhead. So that's why devotees are suffering. It's not actually suffering. So because they are in transcendental bliss, they don't even see the external thing as suffering. It's not actually suffering from them. And Prahlad Maharaj and everyone is not suffering because of their past karma. I think Pandavas are, they're all external associates of Lord. They don't have past karma like us. It's just for pastime. Krishna is doing this to show, it's like a leela, to show that, to glorify his devotee, to show how his devotees react, or through them, Krishna is teaching us some lessons. So there is an analogy mentioned here. There is the diamond and the gold ring. Okay, so diamond is the Lord and the gold ring is the living entity. So when you add diamond stud, small stud to the gold, becomes so beautiful. No? So similarly, when we add Krishna to our life, the life becomes so beautiful. So this is, so the diamond glorify the gold, gold also add beauty to the diamond. Similarly, Krishna adds beauty to our life, and the devotees add beauty to Krishna's life. Okay, so impersonalism versus personalism is mentioned here. That is, living entities in pure state are called devotees. and the Supreme Lord becomes devotee of his devotees. If a reciprocal relationship is not present between the devotee and the Lord, there is no personalist philosophy. In impersonal philosophy, there is no reciprocation. But because an imperson cannot reciprocate, so definitely Krishna is a person. And Lord's partiality towards his devotees is his special mercy. Okay. Because Krishna is like a desire tree. Whatever one wants, we get it from the desire tree. So the Lord is stated to be partial to his devotees. That is special mercy of the Lord. The Lord reciprocates and should not be considered to be under the law of karma, because he is transcendental. Devotional service is not an activity of this material world. It's a part of spiritual world. So when we chant, when we hear Krishna Katha, when we learn Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, this is all not this material activity. It's spiritual. Common people cannot understand that. So Lord's reciprocation should be considered under the law, should not be considered under the law of karma, because it's transcendental. Devotional service is from the spiritual world. Gologeva nevishyati gologera premadan harinam sankirtan. Okay, so 30 to 31, Krishna excuses and purifies his devotees. It is said these two slokas are always related together. We should always read that together because it's a continuity. The 30th sloka says, Api chet suduracharo bhajante mam ananyabhak sadhureva samantavya samyak vyavasito hisa. Like even if somebody commits a most abominable action and if he's engaged in devotional service, he is to be considered saintly. Sadhureva samantavya. Why? Because he's properly situated in determination. Like somebody is doing bhakti and did some kind of wrong thing or some sinful thing and considered fallen. He should be considered saintly as a devotee. Why? Because the next sloka says, Shipram bhavani dharmatma shashvat chandini gachti gaundeya pradjanehi name bhakta pranashyati. Shipram, that is as soon, quickly he'll become righteous and attain lasting peace. O son of Kumti, declare boldly that my devotees will never perish. So Krishna says, Arjuna, you declare my devotees will never perish. Okay. Yes, Mataji, you can post that in its link. So Krishna himself, Krishna doesn't declare himself. He's saying Arjuna to declare. Why? Krishna could have said, no, my devotees will never perish. Krishna is like, Kaunteya pradijane. Arjuna, you say that my devotees will never perish. Why is Krishna saying Arjuna to say this? Yes? Why so? Krishna himself could have said it, no? Krishna is telling Arjuna, you say my devotees will never perish. What would be the reason? Yes, Prabhu.
Is it
It's some echo.
hello?
Yes, Prabhu. Correct.
Yeah, Hare Krishna. So is it when a devotee is saying it endorses more?
Prabhu? Yeah,
So
yeah. When the devotee says it is?
An endorsement of the fact.
Okay. Who else was saying Achintya Prabhu?
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Correct.
So, actually, Krishna can break his own promise like he did in case of the Kurukshetra war. He just picked that wheel of the chariot to run after the Bhishma Dev.
Bhishma.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he can't break the promise of his devotee. So
Any example of not breaking his devotee's promise? One is Krishna can break his own promise, as Prabhu said. Before the battle of Kurukshetra, Krishna promised, I will not take up weapon or I will not fight. But what happened? When Bhishma Dev started attacking Arjuna, Krishna jumped out of the chariot, took the wheel of the chariot and came running to Bhishma Dev like a lion coming. So there, what happened? Krishna broke his own promise. Krishna said he will not take a weapon, but Krishna took the chariot and was about to attack Bhishma Dev, but he didn't do. But then Krishna broke his own promise. Krishna can break his own promise, but Krishna will not break the promise of a devotee. Any example?
Mataji, like just when Hiranyakashipu asked Prahlad Maharaj, is your
Yes.
Lord here everywhere? So although Lord is not personally here in every atom, he is there in form of his energies, but still out of to keep the word of his devotee Prahlad, he
Yes.
physically came out from the pillar.
Yeah. So Nija Bhritya Bhashitam. So because Prahlad Maharaj said, yes, the Lord is there in this pillar. There are so many pillars in that room, but Krishna, the Lord Narsimha came from that particular pillar, which Prahlad said. So to prove Prahlad Maharaj's words, Krishna could have appeared from somewhere else, or Narsimha could have appeared from someone else, but he came from that particular pillar to show Hiranyakashipu that yes, my devotee's words are correct. And he came in that half man, half lion form to prove Lord Brahma's words. Because Brahma said he will not be killed by an animal or a human. So he came as mixed and all the other conditions. So just to keep Brahma's words true and Prahlad Maharaj's words true, Lord Narasimha appeared. So just imagine, just his words itself, Krishna keeps. But Krishna can break his own promise. So Krishna is like, I don't want to break this promise. Arjuna, you are my dear devotee. So you declare that my devotees will never perish. Like Haridas Thakur. Devotees will never perish. They eternally live. Their body might perish. That's definitely because the body is just made up of material things, but they eternally live. So if somebody is properly situated in devotion, and if we have done some kind of sinful activities, still they should be considered saintly because they are properly situated. Okay, so this is the definition of that sloka. And Krishna purifies that devotee. Anything happens also, some abominable activity happens, we should not disqualify the person. Sadhu revasa mandavya. Okay, repeatedly they are doing that, we should understand. But we should give some time and analyze them and see that, okay, so here it is said, accidental fall down, if happens, we should not give them up. Sadhu revasa mandavya, we should consider them saintly. And mantavya means we should consider them saintly, Krishna says. So such accidental fall down might be there, like the mark on a rabbit of a moon. It is again an analogy. Like you can see a moon, no? Sometimes the moon is not fully clear. There will be some kind of rapid like marks on the moon. Does that marks interfere on the moonlight? No. It doesn't impede on the diffusion of the bright moonlight. So similarly, a devotee have a lot of good qualities, but might have done some kind of abominable action or sinful activities. We should not consider it as a big mistake there. We should give them time to rectify and forgive them, and they should go forward. So Krishna warns here, no one should take advantage of this verse. Prabhupada also says that we should not knowingly do sin and then chant Hare Krishna. That is the seventh offense to the holy name of the Lord. So here, there are so many people that Buddhas, Naradhamas, all those people. But if they are doing bhakti, they should consider saintly. And Krishna says, my devotees never perish. Okay, eternally they live, the devotees. So Krishna will purify the devotee. Such process will continue. Therefore, the chanting of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare should be continued without stopping. This will protect the devotee from accidental fall down. Okay, so even unqualified classes are there. They can also achieve Krishna by His mercy. Mamhi partha vyapashritya yepi syu papayonina Shriya Vaishya tada Shudra te apiyanti param gati. So all of them can attain Krishna, those who take shelter of Krishna in any form. Okay, because Bhagavatam says Kirada, Hunanda, Kulinda, Pulkasha. All this low what anybody, just by chandalas, just by taking shelter to the holy name, they can go back to Krishna. This is the power of association. This is the evidence that even you can see Mrigari and Ratnagar, who became Valmiki Muni, all they got association of devotees and they got holy name and they went back to Krishna. So this is, I'll come to the last sloka of this chapter, very important sloka, that is 34, the concluding, and it's the confidential knowledge in this chapter. Manmanabha matbhakto madhyajimam namaskuru. 4 things Krishna says we should do. How to worship? One is manmana, means always engage your mind in thinking of Krishna. How can we do that? We can't think of Krishna 24. So chanting the holy name to do that. And matbhakto, become Krishna's devotee. So how many times we have used man, mad, mam, atmana, mat parana? 6 times it is used because Krishna is giving the importance that man, me. Krishna is not self-glorifying himself, but he's telling the truth that always think of Krishna, become Krishna's devotee, offer obeisances to Krishna and worship Krishna. Mad, mad, no. Sometimes it says aham, mahameti. We say I, me. That is selfishness. But Krishna is not selfish here. He wants us to go back to Krishna, no one else. And Krishna wants to worship only him. Krishna says, worship me, Madhyaji, mam namaskuru. He didn't say etc. Because this is what the truth is. We should go to Krishna only. So when we do that, what happens? We can go back to Krishna. Mame vaishyasyattevam atmana matparayana. Surely you will come to me, Krishna says. So how to engage our mind in Krishna? By thinking of Krishna's eternal form and chanting the holy name. That will help us to go back to Krishna. So Krishna is not a ordinary human being. Okay, he's the absolute person. So we should try to chant the holy name. So there are the 4 ways to connect Krishna. One is thinking of Krishna as a person and Krishna's form and the holy name, and also worship Krishna with offering patram pushpam phalam toyam, all that, and become Krishna's devotee and pay obeisances to Krishna. When we do this, what happens? Krishna, we can go back to Krishna. So this is the confidential knowledge in this chapter that Krishna gives us the easy way to go back to him. Okay. So this is the Raja Vidya Raja Guhyam, and Krishna perfectly placed it in the middle of Bhagavad Gita. This 9th chapter, 34th sloka is the middle. There are 9 more chapters to be done. So it's in the middle of Bhagavad Gita. Krishna personally kept this verse very confidentially so as to give only to devotees. Only devotees can understand this. So Prabhupada has given a very nice purport. Please read that how we can engage our mind in Krishna's service. Manmana, mat bhakto, how to become devotee of Krishna. Mat yaji mam namaskuru, worship Krishna, paying obeisance to Krishna. These 4 things if we do, we can go back to the Lord. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Okay, so I hope all of you have submitted now. I'll send the marks through Mataji. Yeah, for double confirmation, yes. So the same sloka Krishna repeats also in the 18th chapter, same sloka, just the last line is different to give importance. That yes, you have to worship only Krishna. Okay, anything else to be added? We're done. So after 10th chapter, we'll have the second OBA of this module. And after 12th chapter, we'll have a closed book and sloka. So sloka, you can learn so many slokas from this chapter. Many devotees to memorize the slokas. Very, very easy. That is Ananyas Chintayan Novayokshema Mahamyam, Patra Pushpa Phalamtoyam, then Manmana Bhavan Bhakta. So many slokas in this chapter can be memorized. Yat Karoshi, Yat Asnasi. So many slokas. All this to be memorized. So take nice slokas from this chapter also. Next is sloka, the 10th chapter also have Chatusloki Bhagavad Gita, very important. So that's also important. Important slokas from this chapter, Mataji, you know?
Yes.
Mataji.
What are they?
2, 4, 14, 25, 26, 27, and 29.
2, 4, 14.
25, 26, 27, and 29.
22 is not there. Okay. So please memorize these. 26 is there, 27, 29. 34 is not there. Oh.
No.
The last
No,
sloka
Mataji.
is also important. Manmana. Okay. Actually, yeah. Level 1 we teach them that, but Patra Pushpam is also there, 26, very easy, important sloka. Okay, so you can select from these verses, 26, 27, 29. Important slokas. Start memorizing now itself because even 10th chapter have Chatusloki. Chatusloki Bhagavad Gita is 10.8 to 11. Very, very important 4 slokas in Bhagavad Gita. If we know these 4 slokas, you know the whole Bhagavad Gita. Yeah, so there is something called Sudama Seva in temple. It's available. So it's like different steps are there. There is Malsya, Kurma, Varaha, okay, Narsima and everything. So I think the PPT was shared in the group. So there are different levels. It's like monthly, it is said that it's not easy to, it's easy to construct the temple, but it's not easy to maintain the temple. It is said that the difficult part is maintenance. And there are some devotees who have, in English also, we got so many devotees coming forward to give monthly some kind of help to the temple. So Malsya, like it starts from 1,000, then Kurma, Varaha, like that. How much ever you can, if you really, because all of you have already done some donations, but then just requesting your family, friends, and everyone to just share it, and so that some help to the temple for its for Krishna service, for deity worship and service. So if you can take, many of them have accepted Sudama Seva now in this, because this month is going to be the Kartik month starts, not Kartik, Chaturmasya starts from July 10th. Like this Sunday is Ekadashi.
7th, yeah. 7th is Saturday.
Some day starts, no, in Vaishnava calendar, it's given as July 10th. So for many of the place, we start from July 7th, that is Ekadashi to other 4 months, Ekadashi, like after 4 months. But some place Purnima to Purnima, some like that. So yeah, this month is important for charity also. So you just see, go through the PPT. If you're interested, please contact me or Sumadari Mataji and let us know. Okay. And get a lot of mercy by giving something to the temple. It's not much. And what happens, so many drops together collects makes a lot of water. So some effort from devotees would be appreciated. Okay. Hare Krishna. So anything else I forgot?
No, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you for
Hare
joining.
Krishna, Mataji.
Krishna Vancha Kalpadurubhasya Kripasidhabhyascha Paditana Bhagavata.